Strippers, arson, poison, contract killers, murder and naked greed. This story has it all.
Welcome to Chippendales!
It's a mantastic sex god abs party that will make you lose your goddamn mind. This is the story of Steve Banerjee. Steve Banerjee had big dreams. He was going to go all the way. He came to America from India, worked hard, saved his money and bought a failing club in Los Angeles. He tried a few ideas, backgammon, mud wrestling, nothing really worked. Then in 1979 he renamed the club and overnight women were queuing round the block to get in. He called that club Chippendales. Chippendales. It was a sensation. It was original. It was genius. Chippendales, the world's first male strip club. But how far would Steve go to protect his business? In 1979, Steve arranged for a rival club that copied his idea, Moody's Disco, to be burnt to the ground. In 1984, he did the same to the Red Onion Bar. Banerjee was good at the business, at management, at branding, at the money. But for that special showbiz pizzazz, he needed help. He hired two-time Emmy Award-winning director, writer and choreographer Nick Denoyer. Banerjee had called his club Chippendales like the furniture to make it sound sophisticated. It was Denoyer that elevated Chippendales from a quirky strip club to a sophisticated, spectacular dance show. Together, Denoyer and Banerjee opened clubs across America and Europe, worldwide tours, merchandising that grossed millions. They had it all, but Steve was a jealous, paranoid and obsessive man, obsessed with protecting his success. Denoyer was charismatic, charming, creative. He was the perfect frontman. He was good on TV. People started calling him Mr. Chippendale. Banerjee didn't like that. He was a businessman, brilliant at branding, but dull. The cracks started to show. The partnership agreement between Banerjee and Denoyer was signed on a restaurant napkin. Denoyer had full control of the touring and half the profit in perpetuity, basically forever. Banerjee had basically messed up. He had no control over Denoyer and couldn't sack him and was paying him too much. He had a problem and he paid a guy called Ray Colon to fix it. Colon hired a hitman called Gilberto Lopez. On the 7th of April 1987, he casually walked into Nick Denoyer's office and shot him in the face. He died instantly. The American police were clueless. Steve Banerjee bought Denoyer's half of the business back from his grieving family for pennies on the dollar. Problem solved. It didn't stop there. Three guys who worked for Chippendales, Scot, Steve White and Michael Fulton, all left in 1991 and went to work for the rival club, Adonis, in London. Banerjee felt betrayed. Scot had been with him for over a decade. Again, Banerjee paid Ray Colon to fix the problem. This time, the hitman Colon hired got cold feet and went to the FBI. Inside Colon's house, the feds found enough cyanide to kill hundreds of people. They had him. But to get Banerjee, they needed to get Banerjee to confess on tape. The FBI wanted him to bear all. It wasn't going to be easy. Banerjee was paranoid and suspicious. Eventually, in a hotel room in Switzerland, Colon pretended he was on the run. The FBI were in the next door room and listening in. Banerjee let it all hang out. He confessed the full Monty. In September 1993, he was arrested and charged with murder, racketeering and arson. It was a RICO offence. The government would seize all his assets. Chippendales would be finished. Steve's empire was to be destroyed. Steve Banerjee's American dream was over. He pleaded guilty. On October the 23rd, 1994, just hours before he was due to be sentenced, he killed himself. He was only 47. Here's the twist. Steve Banerjee, the boy from Bombay, who protected his business with blood, had made one last deal, one last move. You see, Steve Banerjee, the ever shrewd and ruthless businessman, had transferred ownership of Chippendales to his wife, Irene. Because he was never actually sentenced, the RICO Act didn't apply. Basically, you can put it in the hands of a lawyer, but it won't stand up in court. The US government couldn't seize his assets. Irene kept the business, the properties, the IP, the merchandising, all of it. As a result, Chippendales is still going strong to this day. It's a great business too. It makes around £25 million a year, books, TV shows, a YouTube channel. They still tour. There's a Las Vegas casino residency. It's an odd legacy for a murderer. Fittingly, Steve Banerjee's son, Christian Banerjee, fittingly, Steve Banerjee's son, Christian Banerjee, today is a male stripper. He says that stripping brings him closer to his father. His stripper name is Bane Chippendale. Tell me in the comments your stripper name, and thanks for watching if you were. And if you were, I sincerely apologise. See ya. This is the end.